It's the Samson of the Cimarron. I'm not quite sure why they called it the Samson, but basically here's the story. 3 miles west of this marker, and that's basically almost in the direction we came from, Archelon was founded in 1888 at the Cimarron River crossing of the Chicago, Kansas, and Nebraska Railway, which was part of the Rock Island. Interesting. That's actually kind of cool. Town lots were cheap. People flocked in by the hundreds. However, I guess they didn't plan all that carefully, because the deep sand of the area was a serious handicap to the movement of horse-drawn freight, and the town never succeeded in establishing itself as a profitable marketing point. It was sustained for some years by the large stockyards, but by the 1920s, most of the population had gone. So that's basically a 30-year history for the town, right? Now the railroad, slowed by a hairpin curve and plagued by flooding on the Cimarron, which brought severe damage to equipment and freight, diverted several miles of track from the town to utilize the bridge it erected here, the thing we're looking at right now, in 1939. So this was built in 1939, so it's almost 100 years old. Called the Samson of the Cimarron, the bridge is 1,269 feet long and was considered an engineering marvel of its day. 13 miles southwest is Liberal, where we were, and that was established on the railroad in 1888, and it's been the Seward County seat since 1892. I want to take a walk over here, though, and look at this metal structure that's kind of laying on the ground. Let's go take a look. And I have no idea whether or not the bridge is still in use. I mean, you know, there's a big rail line up there. I'm guessing it probably is. I can't figure out yet what all this metal over here is. I mean, it kind of looks like the, I'm gonna say redouts that, the thought that's coming to mind is like the Normandy beaches in World War II to keep people from crossing enemy lines, and that might actually be what it is. See if we can get a better look here. Yeah, kind of looks like a barrier more than anything else. Oh, here's a helpful sign. Weight limit. Kansas State Highway specifications. So I guess I would need to know what that is before I'd know whether or not it was appropriate for me. I've actually only had one time that's given me pause. All right, here's a little bit better look at it. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. It's pretty here. I'll say that. All right, we're going to go ahead back and continue on our way. You know, I'll say this. This is the kind of thing that 10 years ago, all right, I got to back up and tell you the whole story, I guess. So, my ex-husband had a mantra. There is no stopping, only driving, driving till arriving, then stopping, no driving. Just think about that for a moment. I mean, basically, his thought was, we're not going to stop and see anything along the road because it's just an interruption in getting from point A to point B. And after we split up in 2012, it actually took me several years to break myself of the habit that he had instilled of never stopping for anything. And in fact, that's part of the reason I switched from a travel trailer and truck to a motorhome, because there were so many places that I just wasn't sure I'd be able to, you know, turn around, I'd be able to park, all that kind of stuff. And so with the motorhome, it's actually much easier for me to know what my limitations are, what I can and can't do. Isn't that a nice view of Henry right there? That is a nice view. I love Henry. He's awesome. Anyway, even though I've reached the point where I could stop along the way, for still a number of years, I would never have stopped here. I mean, I've only been on the road for 15 minutes this morning, and I would have had to convince myself that I just got started. It's okay to stop. So, hope you enjoyed this stop. I did. And we're going to get back on the road and see what else we can find today. Well, here we are at the Dalton Gang Hideout and Escape Tunnel. There's Henry. This is probably the person that works here in the Subaru down there. Claims to be the original House Dalton Gang Hideout entrance. Oh, look at the fake widow's walk and the gingerbread up top. Very cool. Come here, come here. Come here. Good boy. Alright, we're going to go see what we can see. Morning. So it looks like we've got a recreation of a fake western town down here. Just false fronts. Okay, they want $5 for admission. Let's see what the story is. Come. Come. Good morning.
Hello.
Hi. Is it okay to film?
Yeah.
Cool. So, tell me what the story is.
Depends on what you want to know.
Whatever you want to share. So, I've seen several things that say that this isn't really the Dalton Gang Hideout, and then several things that say that it is.
We don't have any solid evidence piece on certain aspects of it, but we believe if there, whenever they can be, sorry, I don't know why I'm tripping over my words. We believe whenever the Daltons came to visit their sister Ava, who lived in that house up on the hill with her husband, that they would use that tunnel, which led up into a secret pantry in the house, to escape to a barn, which we believe was located here, and take off on their horses.
Gotcha.
So we believe they may have used her home as a temporary hideout, not like a permanent one.
Right, right. Okay, well that makes sense. And I mean, the sister did live here, right? I mean, that's actually true.
Yes, her husband John Whipple actually built her that home as a wedding gift.
Nice, nice. And when was this? Early 1900s?
Early 1800s, actually.
I thought Dalton Gang was...
They eventually were killed in 1892.
1892, okay, yeah. So I'm off by 100 years, whatever.
The museum did open in 1941.
Okay, maybe that's what I was thinking of. And it was originally opened as the opportunity to be a tourist attraction?
Yep, it's always been for that exact purpose. That tunnel was actually originally only 4 feet high, which is dirt and being held up by planks of wood. In 1940, a New York City youth group came in, dug it up, and rocked it up for us. It has been redone one other time since then.
Wow. Well, that's pretty cool. And this goes all the way up to the house?
Yep.
Right.
The tunnel will take you up into it, and it's going to be the only way to come back out. There is a $5 admission fee to take the tour.
And any discounts for seniors or kids or anything?
I'm afraid not.
Okay. Just checking. Just checking. All right, cool. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and take a look. Are there, is it guided tour or unguided tour?
It is self-guided.
Okay. Interpretive signs, that kind of thing?
There's plenty of information throughout.
Awesome. All right.
I will explain the full tour as well before you go.
All right, let me go ahead and get out my $5. Hang on, guys. We'll be right back. So what am I doing here now? And I'm sorry, what was your name?
Oh, my name is Rebecca.
Rebecca, it's been great to meet you. It's been a fun conversation. And not all of it is on camera, guys, just FYI. So how's this tour work?
All right, you go down the tunnel, that'll take you up to Ava's house. It's the only way to come back out again. If you go up those stairs, we've got a museum up there. More
Cool.
info about the Daltons, along with some other neat things to look at. And once you leave this building, you can go up the hill and visit that big white house over there. That is the Heritage House. It was the first home in our county to have indoor plumbing and working electricity.
Oh, wow. And when was that built?
I do not have that remembered off the top of my head, but there is information up there that will tell you.
Okay, cool. And is that unlocked so I can get in?
Yes,
or?
you'll just go around to the side up on the porch. You'll see a screen door with an open sign on it.
Perfect. Since I have to come back through here, I'm going to pick that up on the way out.
That is perfectly fine.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rebecca.
Not a problem.
Let's go take a look, guys. You ready, Kit? Are there any ghosts in here? What do you think, Kit? Hang on, hang on. We need to get you in frame just for Mark. Mark, this is for you. Kit, do you think there are any ghosts? Do you think we might see some ghosts? Should we go look? Let's go look. Let's go look. So, I'm glad they enlarged the tunnel. I'm not tall, but a 4-foot tunnel would have meant crawling through. And I think I read that when they took over in 1941 to turn this into a tourist attraction, that the tunnel was actually blocked off at this point. So we'll see what we're going to see. Well, that's cool. Cool old stove. Much more modern wall heater. I guess this was the kitchen, part of the kitchen that they have closed off. And lots of things to say about the Daltons. So apparently, letters that they've gotten. That one I don't think you can read. So apparently the house that we're in, which I showed you from the outside, belonged to the Dalton sister. And the Dalton gang, all the brothers, would come here to visit and use this as a way to be able to come and go without necessarily being seen. Use the tunnel for that. And I guess this would have been the parlor. And a bedroom. So a pretty small house. I don't see the bathroom. It was probably an outhouse. But if you look at this, we're back at street level here. So you would have come in this way, and then you would have had to go downstairs to go to the kitchen. And we're going to be retracing our steps that way. Holding onto the railing because they are steep. And it looks like, yep, for tall people, this is a head knocker right there. And I ducked anyway, even though I didn't really need to. And I would imagine this is probably basically all kitchen and possibly, you know, like a sitting area. But small house. Okay, so that was our first $5. I mean, that was our $5. Kind of a cool story. I mean, part of what I like is the fact that it was bought to turn into a tourist attraction in the 40s. I think that's very cool. So we're wending our way back through the tunnel. And we'll go take a quick look upstairs at the rest of the museum and see what they've got up there. Okay, let's go look upstairs. Well, I hope Apple is recording all my flights today. Do not handle things. Okie dokie. Huh. Wonder why we have stuffed cows. There's a stuffed kitty cat. Oh, we have a stuffed cow because it's a two-headed cow. A calf. And what was significant about this one? I can't actually read it. Maybe you can. More stuffed critters. So basically, it's a lot of stuffed critters here. If you're not a fan of stuffed critters, you may not want to come upstairs. What is this with the ferocious teeth? Raccoon? I think it's supposed to be a raccoon. Maybe it's albino. See, I didn't bring glasses. I can't read any of the signs. Taxidermy doesn't really bother me, and seeing some of the stuff is kind of cool. Got a whole bunch of different brands here. You know, people created their own brands, right? And how about another view of Kit? He's not stuffed. He hasn't even eaten his breakfast yet. So apparently, people believe that the Dalton gang ranged all over the country, but really, they were mostly just Kansas and I think parts of Oklahoma. Got a bunch of different saddles here. All right, this is pretty fun. Let's go take a look at the first house. And I think then we're going to be on our way momentarily. Okay, so we're going to keep going. Up around this side, I'm not going to bother to walk down to look at the storefronts up close because they're just false fronts. And Rebecca was also just telling me that they have an event this evening, which is a 2-act play that she's one of the actors in. Okay, so there's the house up there, and the tunnel came through down here into the basement of the barn here. So pretty cool. And then she said this is the original house. Here's the bathrooms, straight ahead. And it looks like it's going to rain, which will be okay, except for the fact that I need a bunch of solar. I should probably go through the effort of looking up to see what's wrong with my refrigerator trying to run on gas, since it's faulting this morning. And that was why my temperature was down to, or up to, 65 degrees inside. Glad I figured that out though. Okay, so this is the Heritage House, which is, I think she said, the first house built in the county. So we're gonna go take a look and see what we can see. Sorry, Kit wrapped me up. I gotta spin around. There we go. I love the wraparound porch. I always wanted a wraparound porch. Now the entire country is my porch. So we got like a little day bed here. And I guess this would have been the, oh, wait a minute. That looks like the formal parlor. I wonder if this was, yeah, like a conventional living room. Kinda. Family room kind of thing. Got a bedroom over here. With a big old hat box. Warm in here. Not a whole lot of insulation. Let's go look through this door. Oh, another bedroom. Pretty good sized bedroom, and there's another door there that looks like it goes out to the back porch. Oh, sitting room. First room you enter from the porch, what we would call the family room today. Included in this room is the 19th century wicker daybed over there. Old cage electric fan. Original oil painting of lilacs up there. And turn of the century secretary right there. And a very, very cool stove. Very cool. Okay, and then we're coming into the formal dining room, where they also have a sewing machine. And we're gonna get another view of the bedroom here. I think I need to get a drink of water. I think this is just a closet under the stairs, most likely. And we can get a view of the kitchen from here, with a door to the back porch. And let's take a look from this side. So this is actually pretty cool. Oh, this is the bathroom. Nice. Big bathroom. Really big bathroom. And I think that's a baby bathtub maybe on the floor. Not real sure about that. But this is pretty cool. These are the kinds of things. And the upstairs is closed, attic area only. These are the kinds of museums that I like to really go look at, because you get a feel really quickly for what life was like in that particular place and time. Built in 1900. Okay, well that was fun. And now we're done. So I think our work in and around the Dalton Gang hideout area is now complete. And we're going to be on our way. Temperature's not terrible yet. Yay! It's warm, but not bad. And the cloud cover is good from the perspective of keeping the temperature down. Not so good from the perspective of trying to get enough solar to get my batteries recharged. Oh well, we live in an imperfect world, huh, Kit? You ready to go home? Let's go home. Well, we finished our time here at the Dalton Gang hideout. And the question is,
head west on Green Street towards South Burlett Street, then turn right onto South Burlett Street.
Was it worth $5?
Turn right onto US 54 East Carthage Street.
And I'm not quite sure what the answer to that is. What do you think, Kit? Was it worth $5? I would call it borderline for my $5, but I'm really cheap about paying for anything. But it was kind of fun to see it. And unlike Oz, where I couldn't film, so I didn't pay the money to go, which was $10. So I didn't pay the money to go through there. I was able to film. So yeah, I'd give it $5. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. So, our next stop is about an hour away. Whoops. Scraped that time.
Turn right onto US 54 East Carthage Street.
And hopefully we get some more sun, because basically I'm just sucking my batteries down running the refrigerator right now. When I stopped to make breakfast, I finally realized that I had a fault on the gas mode, and that was why the temperature inside was so warm this morning.
3 miles.
So yeah, we're just running it on electric. Hopefully that's going to solve the problem. I don't have a fault, so that's good. And then I'm going to try and do a little troubleshooting a little later today. Okay, so this is the town of Mead. Hope you enjoyed it. Bob's Hamburgers and Steaks drive-through. Cool little playground and park over there. That's the Mead City Park. Wow, they got tennis courts and bathrooms and basketball courts, all kinds of stuff. Very cool. Crooked Creek. Didn't see any water in it, but I couldn't see all the way down to the bottom either. Alright, we got about 52 miles to go. I'll check back in if we see something interesting. GoPro, stop recording.